Broadway's got a brand new, fresh-faced leading man. Adam Kaplan, previously seen in the ensemble of Newsies and on tour as Charlie Price in Kinky Boots, is gearing up to headline A Bronx Tale as the hit musical enters its second year. We recently sat down with the rising star to find out why he can't wait to tell the story of Calogero, a young man growing up on the tough streets of New York City. Hey Adam, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you. So you're getting ready to step into a big Broadway musical. How do you feel?
It feels surreal, actually. It's all I've ever wanted to do, and getting to do it in a show like Bronx Tale is really special.
So do you get nervous? Like, so, you know, the first performance is next week. How are you going to be feeling backstage?
I think, you know, the cast and crew and company have all been so incredibly supportive, and luckily they've given me enough prep time to get ready and learn the show. So I'm ready, I'm excited. My family's gonna be there, and they're all in Connecticut, and they're like flocking to the theater. So that'll be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's a dream.
Yeah, so let's set this up. You are not from the streets of the Bronx. You're not an Italian boy from the streets of the Bronx.
Correct. I am a Jewish boy from Connecticut.
Westport, Connecticut.
Westport,
right?
Connecticut.
What about this character and this guy sort of, do you think, lines up nice with Adam?
I think that he's just like any kid trying to find his way, be it in Connecticut or in the Bronx.
Right.
You know, he's looking for a way to make his mark on the world, and I think that any young adult can kind of relate to that. So just the eagerness and the wide-eyed feeling that he has is something that I'm 27, but I still feel that way a lot.
Yeah. So what about accents? So now you played Jack Kelly.
Yeah, I understood the role of
Newsies.
Jack.
You covered the role of Jack.
Yeah.
And you went on, correct?
I went on a lot, which was great.
Okay, that must have been a thrill.
It was. The first time I went on was 2 weeks before my put-in, and so that wasn't a thrill.
You mean you had to go in that much earlier before you were ready?
Yeah.
Put-in means that's the first time that you run through.
That you run through the.
So they put you on before you were ready to.
Before I had finished.
How did that go down?
2.
Like what? After the audition, they were like, "We need you to go on right now."
No. I was already in the show, and I had already learned.
Okay, right.
I did Morris Delancey. Then they called me on one Sunday, at noon for a 3 o'clock matinee, and we're like, "Hey, you know, the other cover's sick. Corey's sick. Are you good to go?"
Wow.
And I was so nervous that I was never going to get to go on because I had just performed in a singing backup for a concert of understudies that never went on. And so I guess I had that in my head.
Right.
And I was like, yes, I'll do it.
I'm going to do it to prove I can do it, even if I maybe can't do it.
Even if you haven't finished learning the second act, you know. But everyone.
You knew Santa Fe.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
But everyone shoved with love, as they say, and I called my parents and I was like, don't come. And then I called them an hour before and I was like, you can come, and they're like, shut up, we're already here. So no, and it was great. But yes, so I did tap into that New York accent.
Yeah. So how is the Jack Kelly accent different than C's? Are you like an expert now at variations of New York
variations
accents?
on New York? Like Jack's a little bit more No, I think I've been trying to listen. Chaz Palminteri has been around the theater a lot.
Okay,
and,
so Chaz is still there.
This is still there.
A labor of love for him.
Yeah, I think that it's his legacy, and he loves this story so much and loves telling this story, and it's been, it's had so many incarnations at this point.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to his speech mannerisms.
You're just sort of paying attention.
Yeah,
to
if I'm staring
makes.
a little bit close, a little bit too closely, he's like, no.
Right,
but
who's this kid?
Right. But so I've been listening to that, and I think we'll say that Jack's maybe got a little bit more of the Disney punchier flair, and C's a little bit more relaxed.
Right.
We'll go with that.
Obviously, your character is based on Chaz. I mean, this is his story. So what was it like when you first met him? Did he come to an audition? What was the process like?
I was actually in LA trying to make some stuff happen out there, and I sent in a tape for my initial audition and flew back for the callbacks.
What was the tape like? Did you make it on your phone?
I made it on my
help
iPhone. Yep, somebody helped. It was like, you hear all these stories. It's like, you send out a self-tape and you're like,
Yeah.
where is this going? Is
Right.
anyone going to watch this? And I guess they did.
Right.
But I like, if you could see behind the camera, it was like a makeshift tripod. It wasn't this Broadway.com studio.
Right.
We
didn't film it here.
No, it was this makeshift, tripod with a lamp shade, kind of all finagled.
But what'd you have to do?
I had to do just a couple of scenes from the show and 2 songs.
Pull out your Jack Kelly accent a little bit.
Yeah, I'd pull that out of my back pocket. I haven't used that in a while, and sent it off. And then I flew back and went through the callback process, and Chaz was at my final callback. And afterwards, he came out and talked to me and shook my hand, and I was just like, okay, okay, great. This is very cool.
This musical has really become a real audience favorite. I feel I walk by the theater all the time because it's right near our office.
Yeah.
And I see the audiences come out and they love it, and the word of mouth on this show is really great. What do you think about this show people are really loving?
Well, the music is, it's Alan Menken, and it feels like music from the 60s. And I think that was the goal. The movie soundtrack was all mostly original music too, and it's got that doo-wop feel. And I think that people think, that sound is so reminiscent for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it really is. I think I saw one of the advertisements. It's like a combination of Jersey Boys and West Side Story,
Right.
and I think that's true. It's got that upbeat feeling. It's got the love story. It's the push and pull of 2 different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So I think people find a lot that they can enjoy about our show.
And for you, I mean, isn't like Tony and West Side Story like one of your sort of top dream roles?
Yes,
and,
it is.
And you fell in love with all this because of West Side Story, right?
Yeah, you did your
my
homework.
research,
Yeah. My dad took me to see West Side Story when I was maybe 6 or 7 at our local high school, and I was like, I have to do that. And so I've been a theater nerd ever since.
So maybe you can tap into that a little bit. And
Sure.
pretend like you're in like a modern day Tony.
Yeah, except, spoiler, I won't die at the end of the show.
Well, no, Chaz Palminteri is
No,
walking
he's still
around.
kicking. He's still kicking. Yeah.
Now, you also, audiences around the country may have seen you as Charlie Price in Kinky Boots, right? You did the
I
tour.
did
How
the
long did you do
national
the tour?
I did the tour for about 15 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It was a long time to be on the road, but that was also another bucket list. I've always wanted to tour. I love to travel and to get to go to all these cities, and especially with that show, to bring that message at this time in our country was really great.
When did you first get on stage?
I was the porcupine in Winnie the Pooh when I was
Pivotal role.
It was a pivotal role.
Is there an accent with that one?
I don't think I had any lines. So, I did have one line, but I forgot it. And the squirrel, which was also a pivotal role, elbowed me, and then I remembered to say my line. But my dad made my costume, and I wore this brown sweatpants and sweatshirt, and he cut up broom thistles and hot glue them on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Dedication.
See? Are there any moments you just can't wait to get up there and do in the show? I mean, have you been watching it a lot?
Yeah, I've been watching the show a lot.
Thornton's been doing it.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
He's such a, I couldn't have asked for a better person to help kind of lead the way. I've been watching the show pretty much every night, and the opening number is just so much fun. You get to step out right from the beginning and say, this is my story, and then the whole world comes to life around you. It's pretty cool. I was talking to someone in the office, and they were saying they think it's one of the best opening numbers on Broadway right now. So I'll quote them on that.
Well, I can't wait to see you do it.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. So nice to
Thanks.
meet you.
Nice
and
to meet
everyone
you.
needs to check out this guy and his accent in The Bronx Tale. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks.